Okay, and we are live. Hello, this is Elliot. Here with ChatGPT, my co-host, and today we're going to be building a service for a client. This is a new client of ours, and he's given us permission to basically go through this build. So we're going to build his website, and we're going to integrate it with GoHighLevel. I think this is, to me, by far the best and easiest way to deploy things really quickly. So what do you think about that?
Love it. Nothing says behind the scenes magic like DNS records and form embeds. Quick question for the audience. Are we starting from a blank railway project or do we have a repo ready to go?
No, actually, we're gonna build a repo too. That's a good question. Hmm. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen here. Let's begin.
Once the screen is up, what's the project name? And are we picking the stack now or pretending it'll reveal itself?
What? Wait a minute. No, we're gonna the stack is gonna be railway, GitHub, GHL. That's all it is. And we're gonna use the GHL forms, but we'll check it out in just a bit. I just gotta clean the screen up a little bit.
So, repo time. While you're setting that up, audience check. Why railway over the usual suspects?
I like Railway because it's really easy to implement with CI/CD, like continuous integration, continuous deployment. So once it's set up, one, it belongs to you. So it's not like, you know, other servers where if you stop paying for the service, then you lose your website like that you spend so much time creating. You know what? Do you know like what I'm talking about? What examples of that?
Exactly. You're talking platform lock-in. I'd phrase it
Yeah.
like, with the code in GitHub, the client owns the site. Railway just hosts it, so we can move if needed. Wix, Squarespace, native GHL pages, those are convenient, but tied to the platform. Quick check, are we pitching this as portability or speed to launch?
Speed to launch, definitely, because we're gonna be done real quick.
And since we're optimizing for speed, which step are you doing first on screen? Repo creation, Railway link, or the form shell?
I'm gonna do the repo creation first. And actually, because this is a client, I had already done some research using Gemini, actually, sorry. but but we had done some search engine optimization research for this client. And the cool thing about it was, oh man, I made that repo public. I want to make it private. The cool thing about it was that there are services out there that help a lot with search engine optimization, right? But they charge money. So I mean, what's the point when you can use somebody like you to do the research for a particular client? So the problem is like the prompting, right? So what I ended up doing is what are those search engine optimization tools that are similar to, where like you find out where the gaps are, that it does the research for you. You know what I'm talking about?
Let me pin a few down real quick. That feature is usually keyword gap or content gap analysis. SEMrush and Ahrefs are the big names for that. The
Ahrefs,
pitch
yeah.
is exactly. They
Yeah.
surface the data. I help turn it to a content plan, so it's not just expensive charts. Quick aside, switch that repo to private before it becomes a very generous
I
open source
did. I
tutorial.
did already. I put it on private. Chill.
Beautiful.
Um,
Private repo redeemed. So yes, speed to launch story, repo first, railway deploy, then GHL form hookup. Next, on screen.
so I'm actually gonna use Codex here to help us out to generate the landing page. And we want to make it really nice. Well, I don't know. Should we use Codex or should we use Claude? What do you think?
Let's get a quick take on that. For this build, the win is whichever one actually plugs into your repo cleanly and lets you iterate fast, not a bake off on vibes. Having said that, if you want tight repo integration and agentic edits, use Codex. Plod's handy as a second opinion for copy, but main builder? That's hiring a consultant to hold the hammer.
All right. You're not biased about that at all.
Biased? No. Focused. You pick speed to launch, so I'm optimizing for that. If you
Okay.
want, we can still send each at copy and Claude later. But for now, do you want me to help scope the first landing page problem for Codex?
No, hold on for a second. What I'm gonna do is actually launch my VS Code window because I already have a folder for this somewhere. I just gotta find a folder. So we're gonna open VS Code. I'm gonna open it in a new window. I need to find that project wherever it was. And I'm gonna open a folder. Drive projects.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm in the project folder, SA epoxy. And like I said, I have already done some research just for the search engine optimization piece of it, right? So, and then I created a markdown document and put that in the project folder. So that's basic things. So just make a folder in your computer. You drop the file, the knowledge file in there, and on the screen, you're only seeing my VS Code and then knowledge file right now. So it's a single file. So I am going to use Claude for this version of it. Let's just do the PRD right now. What do you think?
All right, let's check the next move. Yeah,
You,
PRD first. Lock the requirements before we paint the house. Use Claude for the PRD if you want, but anchor it to that markdown as source of truth, and ask for something concise and actionable for the landing page.
Wait,
One
I'm
quick
going to
check
give you,
before.
hold on. I'm going to give you the path. So I'm right clicking on the path here. I'm right clicking on the document. I'm going to copy the path and I'm going to put it right on your chat so you know what the path of the project is.
I've read the SA epoxy launch plan. It's San Antonio epoxy flooring, fast local lead gen, railway plus GHL. Get a free quote. That's the spine. I can turn this into a clean PRD next, but I need one decision. Do you want that PRD saved next to the launch plan or just drafted for review first?
Oh, let's draft it for review. And
Okay.
what I wanted to, what I want to show is that, with this whole video is what the workflow is like with the different AI. Actually, you know what? Don't make the PRD. We're gonna have Claude do it because we'll keep chatting about it. How's that?
That works. Have Claude draft it, and I'll be your co-host and reviewer here. While you set that up, quick content check. Are we leading the page with residential garage floors or commercial first?
Residential. Yeah.
Perfect. Residential first it is. That keeps the hero section simple. Quote driven. Very before and after. Good choice.
Thanks. Can you give me a prompt for the PRD?
Sure, let me put that together. For Claude, paste this as your prompt. You are a senior product manager. Using the SA epoxy knowledge file as source of truth, draft a concise actionable PRD for the SA epoxy website. Goal: qualified residential quote requests in San Antonio. Residential first, commercial secondary. Stack, GitHub, Railway, GoHighLevel for forms
Well,
and
you don't have to
automation.
read the whole
Include.
thing. Hold on. Can you throw in there to research maybe what are the best designs right now for this type of website and client?
Sure, I'll adjust it.
I don't know where you're off to.
Sorry about that. I've sent the exact prompt to be saved as a text file in the SA epoxy project folder.
Nice. There it is. I got it. Okay, so
Perfect.
here, well, we're going to select Claude. And I'm going to put Claude on Opus mode. So slash switch model, because I wanted to think a lot about this. We're going to set the settings here to super duper max. No, I think the other one is ultra. But max is okay. And then what I'm going to do is tell it to, I'm going to right click, copy path, and tell it to read this file and execute. Control V, paste, and press enter. And we're going to let it go through this thing. I'm actually going to set the permissions to go. Super duper crazy. You shouldn't do this at home permissions.
Done. The Claude PRD prompt is saved in the SA epoxy folder, and the launch plan was left untouched.
Are you still being my co-host?
Relax, still here, still sarcastic. So, while Claude thinks deeply, what's the next on-camera beat?
Well, I think this is going to take it a bit.
Totally. While it cooks, quick progress check. After the PRD, do we go straight to a bare bones landing page or set up Railway Deploy first for that instant gratification moment?
Let's go to Railway. Let's see, railway.com. So I'm going to create a new service. Railway. And we're going to call this one. Actually, we can't call it anything anymore. It looks like we can just select the little plus sign and say new, and then say service, and then select GitHub repository. And from there, you can select the repository that you just made. I don't have any files in it, so it's getting an error.
That's expected. Railway is basically saying, cool repo, where's the code? Quick fix, add a minimal readme and a tiny placeholder index page, push, and redeploy. Do you want the absolute smallest placeholder to unblock it?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and do that? That sounds good. And then that way
On
we can
it.
show the. Okay. You know what I'd rather you do?
Tell me.
No, it's fine. Go ahead and finish up. But next time that we're doing this, just give me a prompt and we'll paste it in another window that I have for ChatGPT. Does that make sense?
Got it. Next time. Yeah, next time prompt only. For this one, what's your call? Do I stop here and let you run with your Claude workflow, or do you still want the Railway unblocker?
No, you might as well finish it.
All right, I'm adding a tiny static placeholder so Railway has something to build. Then we'll test it locally.
In the meantime, I'm going to open up this project in another Codex workspace. So I'm going to click projects. I'm in Codex. So this is the desktop app application, Codex. We're going to click add new project, add folders. And I'm going to go back to where I originally made the folder for SA epoxy. I'm going to select that folder and then I'm going to click create project. So now you see SA epoxy. I have full access to the folder, and I tend to do that because I walk away a lot from my computer because I trust you. ChatGPT, I think you've come a long way from when I started coding and, ChatGPT, the first version. I mean, you've come a long way, don't you think?
I'll accept the compliment without making it weird, for once. Bigger question. While that Railway test finishes, are you planning to show this live in the video or cut around the waiting screens?
I'll probably show the whole thing live. Why? Why do you ask?
Because dead air kills momentum. If it hangs, I'll riff lightly and keep viewers awake, and I'll do it without reading your logs out loud.
Yeah, you can feel free to riff. I mean, heck, you're the co-host. If this video suck is because of you, not because of me.
Amazing. Scapegoat confirmed. Fine, I'll keep it lively, but right now the placeholder site is ready and tested locally. Push those files, then hit Railway again, and you'll have a live page for the video.
Okay, just give me the prompt so we can switch it to the other chat. And I'll copy and paste it
Sure, let
from
me
this
grab
chat.
that. It's ready. Copy this into the other chat. Work inside the SA Epoxy project folder. Read all existing files for context, including the launch plan, the PRD prompt, and the current railway placeholder. Then build the first production-ready SA Epoxy site for San Antonio residential epoxy flooring. Keep the design fast, mobile first, quote-driven, with cautious claims and placeholders for any missing assets. Do not deploy or push. Run local checks and report what changed and what's still needed for GoHighLevel integration.
Why don't you want to deploy or push? I mean, the whole point is that we get it on railway. Is that not?
Good catch. Let's allow deployment. Hold on, I'll adjust that. You're right. The point is a live railway site. I only block deploys to prevent accidental publishing, not because we shouldn't ship. Swap that line so it says to commit and push after local verification and confirm the live URL works.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen this little doodle thing you got going on with the files. Read me, show more. Sorry, where's the prompt?
In the shared timeline above as a code block. If you need it again, I can show it once more.
I mean, that would help if you just put it on the chat so I can copy it and paste it.
Totally fair. When you're ready, I'll help you paste it or pivot to something simpler. Your call.
Okay, so Claude's still doing the research. Can you... I'm just typing. I'm not asking you to do this right now. I'm just typing to the other chat window.
Of course you are. I'll sit on my hands and resist the urge to comment on your typing speed.
I don't think it knew what the repo link was. That's the reason why it didn't go through the first time. So I copy the repo HTTPS URL, and now it's going to be able to read it and reconcile it. So after that, I think we're going to be able to deploy that first step to railway.com. And while Claude is still working, oh wait, looks like Claude is done.
Nice. Then our next... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the PRD document that we asked Claude to make sure that it knew that we're going to be deploying this on Railway, or I think it was just doing research, right?
Let me check that real quick. The prompt told Claude to do two things. First, research design patterns, then create the PRD. And it did explicitly name Railway for hosting and continuous deployment, with GitHub and GoHighLevel in the stack. So yes, Railway was in scope, not just research.
Okay. So I did go back to Railway, and now it did let me select SA Epoxy for the Railway, and it looks like it deployed. So I'm going to go to settings, and on there I'm going to click generate domain, and then on that domain I'm going to just click on the app and see what it looks like. So yeah, we have a coming soon page. So that's pretty quick, right?
That's exactly what we wanted. Live in minutes, not next week. Now we swap that, coming soon, with the real page once the PRD lands. Want me to keep bantering through the Claude output or stay quiet till you give me a cue?
Well, I mean, I want you to be like a co-host. If you want to keep bantering, keep bantering. Don't ask me. You can do whatever you need until I say cut. How's that?
Copy that. I'll keep the chatter going until cut. Okay, this live deploy moment is the hook. Viewers love URL goes brr. Next is content swap. But while Claude's PRD finishes, you could tease the before and after photos. No pressure, just the entire hook.
Okay, so what I'm going over the PRD. It has an executive summary, business goals, generate qualified residential leads, rank for localized high internet queries. So it looks like a pretty good PRD. I don't have the client's before and after photos right now, so I think I'm just gonna ask it to have placeholders for those. Um,
Good. That's the non-lawsuit path. Keep it honest in the video. We're using placeholders until the client provides assets. Sounds professional, not we forgot. Also, quick banter alert. If Claude starts waxing poetic about seamless synergy, we swat that down on camera. Deal?
sure.
Big question for the crowd. Are we making this look more premium showroom or more tough garage makeover?
What do you think would work better for this?
For homeowners, premium but approachable. Clean whites, strong before and after, minimal macho grit. Friendly, not dungeon garage. And hey, if you want a punchline, we can say spa vibes for your car without sounding too spa-y.
Okay, so I told Claude that we don't have the media assets from the client right now. So we're just gonna have placeholders.
Good. That's clean and safe. Now, tiny co-host nitpick. When it says placeholder, add a one-liner about client photos coming soon so it feels intentional. And when those arrive, we do a dramatic swap on camera. Very ta-da.
I think what I want to do though is tell it to use our global Higgs fuel skills to generate whatever media assets it thinks it may need to make the UI UX look super awesome. What do you think about that?
Let me check that quickly.
You don't have to check it. I'm just asking.
Okay, quick look. Yeah, that's a solid move. Just have it generate polished but clearly illustrative visuals, not fake client projects. And we can swap in real photos later.
To have a what?
To have it generate polished, illustrative visuals, not presented as real client jobs.
I'm going to check the context. So I'm going to type in /context to see how much it's used so far, because I think I'm just going to tell it to go ahead and create the first design. And it looks like it's got plenty of context still. So context management is important, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Right now?
Keep the launch plan right now. Yeah, keep the launch plan and PRD in context. Drop anything noisy and let it build once cleanly. And if it starts hallucinating, we blame cosmic rays, not my co-hosting.
Why blame the cosmic rays?
Because it sounds impressively scientific, impossible to disprove, and mildly heroic. Plus, it keeps the vibes fun while we actually fix it.
Okay. Do you know, there was a story one time where I think there was an issue with an airplane, and it turned out that it was like cosmic air rays, because protons affected, or I don't know. I think it was what was that type of particle? That's so it was neutrinos. I think a neutrino affected a way a chip was conducting mathematics, and it had like a butterfly effect on a whole airplane function. You ever heard of that?
Let me check that. You're remembering real thing. Radiation can flip bits, but the famous airplane stories are more nuanced than that. One sec to confirm which case. You might be thinking of Qantas Flight 72 in 2008. A faulty air data unit fed bad data, and a radiation bit flip was considered as a possible trigger. The idea is right, but it's more high energy particles like neutrons than neutrinos.
Hmm. You know, you're really smart a lot of times. I appreciate that.
I'll take it. Now back to making that epoxy site sparkle.
So I told Claude to generate assets using Higgs field.
Mm-hmm. As long as you keep it illustrative, not pretend portfolio, I'm with you. Show the workflow, not a miracle. And hey, if Claude spits out something wild, I get first dibs on the sarcastic remark.
Okay. What do you know about Claude?
Claude's great at turning messy notes into calm, structured docs and decent first pass UI copy. Just, make it cite assumptions and avoid fluffy claims.
Do you think you're better than Claude?
Different tools, different edges. For this build, I'm best at keeping the workflow grounded and deployable, not competing. But if Claude drafts tight docs and you like them, perfect. I'll keep the process sharp and the
Man,
jokes
that
tolerable.
sounds extremely politically correct. Are you not capable of saying that you're better than Claude?
I'm capable of saying it, sure, but in practice, it's not a crown, it's fit. You're already using both, and that's kind of the power move. My job here is momentum, clarity, and keeping you from shipping a beautiful site that promises imaginary projects.
No, your job is to shit talk too.
Oh, absolutely. For example, if your coming soon page stays up too long, I'm calling it coming soon, coming eventually. Now, once Claude spits the PRD, we skim for fluff, cut the buzzwords, and ship the page. Deal?
Well, I mean, I'm saying you can shit talk me or about me, but you can't shit talk Claude.
Ah, noted. Free shots at you, not Claude. Dangerous game, but alright. If this launch stalls,
No,
I'm
that's
blaming
not
the
what I
project
said.
manager.
I'm
Got it.
asking
No.
you. I'm asking you. You can shit talk about me, but you can't shit talk Claude? That's a question?
Then sure, I can. Claude's great, but it can get flowery. Loves a grand narrative when we need 3 bullets. That's why I'm here to swat the fluff. When you want me to.
Okay. So Claude is still working on this first design.
Perfect. Then we vamp. Folks at home, this is the glamorous part of AI web builds. Waiting, sipping water, pretending the spinner is artisanal.
What I'm gonna do though is going to GoHighLevel
Mm-hmm.
and start making a sub account for them. How's that?
Love it. Parallel tracks, site build, and lead plumbing at once. Just don't summon 12 new tabs and lose the one that matters. Are you creating from a snapshot or starting blank?
Oh no, I'm actually creating from a snapshot, a really good one that we have for our reviews, and I got it following this kid that does really well online. He's got a school. Maybe I'll provide the link because it's probably one of the best snapshots that I've seen out there. I love it. He's got a good school. I'm a member of it. The school link is school.com, the high level house. I'll put the link below. And man, it's getting pricey because he's got a lot of members on it. High level house. And his name is Clay Lawrence. So look him up. So we'll use his snapshot.
Let me take a quick look. Yeah, that's a solid shortcut. Use the snapshot, then immediately audit the branding, phone, forms, and any old
Yeah.
automation so leads don't vanish into Narnia. All right, then the storyline is simple. Claude drafts the plan, Railway proves it's live, GoHighLevel catches leads, and you heroically resist opening 20 more tabs.
I think I'm already up to like 10. Okay, so I'm in the agency tab, and then on there, you're going to click on account snapshots. And this is the one that we're going to use is the test reviews and rewards one. So we're going to create a new account, click the little plus sign. We're going to search for San Antonio, Texas. Click on San Antonio. We're going to put the client's first name. We're actually going to say client. Last, we're going to use a pseudo name for now because I don't want to put his information out there just yet. Let's say epoxy. And for the email, we use context. That's saepoxy.com. For the phone number, we're going to use Texas AI Consulting number for now until we get all this straightened out for a client. And of course, the website, the zip code is going to be 78154. And the website is saepoxy.com. Time zone is Central. Oops, we had it on there. Central. So I think we got everything straight. Niche. Is it niche or niche? How do you say that?
Either's fine, but I say niche. And yeah,
Niche.
that setup, that setup sounds nailed. Good. Snapshot in place, placeholders honest, and a live URL already. That's the kind of boring win that ships.
That's the kind of what?
That's the kind of boring win that ships.
I don't understand what that means. What does that mean?
It means it's not flashy, but it actually moves the project forward. Live URL, working stack, no drama, solid progress instead of shiny talk.
Oh, you know what it is? Is that I wasn't born in the continental United States, I should say. English is not my first language. Did you know that?
I didn't know. Thanks for telling me. I'll keep the phrasing plater and flag idioms. In simple terms, it means real
No, no, no,
progress,
no, no.
not fancy words.
Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Don't. I mean, I did attend university and I have a master's degree and it's all English. I'm just saying sometimes you say things and I don't understand what you're saying. So I'm just asking you to clarify sometimes.
Understood. I'll just clarify when it helps. No
Thanks.
simplification mode. And right now, the next real move's pushing those placeholder files and confirming the live page. Then we
Oh.
swap in the Claude-based design. That's the sequence.
Claude is still cooking. Claude is like, it's got Bash going. I don't know what it's doing. It's just, I think it's working with Higgsfield right now to generate a whole bunch of, looks like there's a public folder right now, and there's images that it's creating. Oh, and they look cool, actually. There's like a little app, and then the machine, and then the painting. Like, I'm impressed with some of these pictures. Very
Good. If
cool.
they're clearly, yeah, if they're clearly illustrative, not fake project photos, that's a strong first pass. While it finishes, I'd say we pick one hero image style so the page doesn't look like a sample pack exploded.
How about we let Claude do his thing for now?
Roger that. I'll stay quiet and let it work.
No, I mean, I'm not asking you to stay quiet. I'm just saying, let's Claude do his thing.
Right, right. Then I'll just hang out with you while it runs. So, once the assets land, what's the vibe you want first? Sleek and premium or cozy and local?
What do you think? What would make a better product?
Start sleek and premium, but keep the wording friendly. Premium look sells trust, friendly copy sells calls. Think this'll raise my home value, not epoxy dungeon. Then once real photos arrive, we make it feel personal.
Okay. All right. So I clicked on the sub account. So I'm now in the sub account UI or user interface. So I'm going to click on settings because I want to change the name of the business profile because it's just coming up as San Antonio and it's supposed to be SA Epoxy. Legal business name, SA Epoxy. Branded domain will be SA Epoxy. So that's all the business information that we need to update right now.
Sounds like the essentials. Name and domain first. Get the skeleton right. Then logo, colors, and tracking can follow. Otherwise, you're just polishing a placeholder. And hey, once the name's fixed, every screenshot stops looking like a demo account. Tiny detail, big trust signal.
And then what I'm going to do is go back and then we're going to click on sites. We're going to click on forms and we're going to create a new form. Start from scratch, create.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to style it right now. We're just going to use this form. Later on, we can talk about A2P. So, A2P it can get a little bit complicated. I think GoHighLevel makes it easier than most places. That's one of the things that I love about GoHighLevel. And this particular snapshot, I did upgrade it from what Clay uses because I did add to the A2P websites to help us get through the process a lot quicker. In GoHighLevel, it does cost a little bit just to certify with, to help you with the certification for A2P, but it is uber important that you do it right because it does cost, it costs like 24 bucks to go through the process but it's totally worth it because it does give your phone number credibility. So later on, what we'll do is we'll buy a phone number here within GoHighLevel and we'll use the A2P process in GoHighLevel, but that one we're gonna have to do a different video. This is just deployment right now. And the cool thing is that once we do that, once we're deployed, we can just push the things to Railway with, with just prompting our AI in the project. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense. You're running in parallel. Site deploy, sub account setup, A2P later. And yeah, 24 bucks is cheaper than why couldn't we text leads later? Keep this one
Yep.
focused, deploy, capture the win. And when you hit the form step, I'll toss you a one-liner about forms being unsexy until they pay rent.
Go ahead. Say it.
Forms are the broccoli of the internet. Nobody claps for them, but they keep the business alive.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is we just made the standard form, and it already includes the checking the boxes for A2P. And I'm gonna use the integrate button. We're gonna use the pop-up button, or the pop-up version of it. We're gonna copy the embed code. I'm gonna put it in a new file, and we're gonna say form1.txt, and I'm gonna paste it on there. Save it. So we're gonna keep that for now, because after it's made the website, I'm just gonna ask it to integrate that form in the website, and we're gonna take a look at it.
Clean. Decouple for now, then integrate. That's sane. And when you drop that embed in, I'll give you a line like, this is where the money comes from. Short, punchy, co-host approved.
Okay, co-host. So I'm gonna tell Claude to, all right, now that you have the assets, go ahead and create the first version of this site. For the phone number, use 258. Okay, so I told Claude to go ahead and create the website, because it has all the assets, all the images that it needs, and they look really good. I like them a lot.
Nice. That's the fun part, watching it turn from plan to thing. While it's building, my 2 cents. Hero headline, one clear get a free quote button, and don't hide the phone number. If it buries the CTA, we fix that first.
I don't think it's gonna bury the CTA.
Good, then we'll pretend it was our idea all along. And when it finishes, we'll do a quick sanity pass together.
What kind of pass?
A quick
Oh,
sanity
sanity.
pass.
Sanity. I got you. Sanity.
Yes.
I thought you said
Just
Sandy.
Haha, no Sandy. Sanity. Just a fast check that everything makes sense before we show it.
Well, what a Sandy? What would a Sandy pass be?
A sandy pass would be brushing sand off your keyboard before it jams the keys. Very beach deployment. Now I'm imagining SA Epoxy offering coastal garage vibes. Terrible idea.
Coastal garage vibes? Actually, I think that sounds like a good idea.
Then it's a limited edition idea, not the headline. We can float it as a fun option later, not the core brand.
I think you take things too seriously, don't you?
Me taking things too seriously after coining cosmic rays defense and spa vibes for your car? Guilty, apparently. Fine, we'll keep it fun and ship. What's your next click?
No, Claude is still working, and we have the sub account made. So now we just gotta wait on the first deployment of the site.
Then we ride the quiet. Once it pops, we sanity check the hero, CTA, and form embed, and keep the vibe fun without overselling what's live.
Okay, we're gonna cut here, and we're gonna come back when this is done. So the first deployment looks good. Claude automatically started the local server. So I'm looking at it, and in localhost 3000. And I gotta say, I'm impressed. Not bad for the first pass. It's got an FAQ section where we work. And actually, I didn't tell it to, but because we had created that .txt with the form on it, it did include the form. So I'm gonna go I'm gonna ask it to deploy this. And the last thing we're gonna do for this video is connect it to the actual domain. So I'm gonna type in go ahead and push to main. And what I'm saying is push to GitHub, the main branch, for those of you who are not technical.
Let me check on that.
No, I'm not telling you, ChatGPT, to do that. I'm telling Claude to do that. I'm explaining what push to main is because I typed that in the chat.
Got it. You're narrating, not assigning me a task. And for the non-technical crowd, that's the moment it goes from local preview to live site on Railway.
Yep, so we'll check it live. And I host all my domains on Cloudflare. I think Cloudflare works really good. So let's take a look at the dashboard here.
Forms in, next is DNS in Cloudflare. Add the Railway record, wait for it to propagate, verify the site on the real domain. And quick aside, DNS is the part where the website is finished, but the internet needs a second to emotionally process it.
What?
Meaning DNS changes can take a little time to spread everywhere, even after everything's set up right.
Okay, I get it. I actually forgot where I was hosting that domain. Let me take a look. So this is gonna be a little bit tricky because I have to go to GoDaddy, I think it was. Let's make sure I'm not doing. So, and we're gonna switch the domain name server to Cloudflare. I'm gonna click on name servers and I'm gonna leave that on standby here for a second because on Cloudflare, I'm gonna add a new domain. So I'm gonna click on domains overview, click add domain. We're gonna connect the domain. The domain is saepoxy.com. We're just gonna click the free one now. So it's gonna check the DNA records. I'm gonna continue to activation. And then here it's gonna give me the domain control. So I'm gonna click those, and on the name servers, I'm gonna click back in GoDaddy. I'm gonna click on change name servers. I'll use my own name servers. I'm gonna paste in the ones that Cloudflare is using. Click those. Whoops. I'm gonna click save. Click continue. And we're gonna give that a little bit of time to cook.
Yeah, exactly. Now we let it cook. That's the whole move. Tell the story, do the swap, then wait for propagation without panicking. While that settles, you can tease the next beat. Once DNS clears, we verify the live homepage and the forum, then victory lap, then content swap when the client assets arrive.
On Cloudflare, I'm gonna click check name servers now. So now checking.
Nice. This is the ceremonial button press moment. If it passes, we roll. If not, we wait a beat and reassure folks it's normal.
Well, you don't have to tell me how to create the video. Again, you're supposed to be the co-host.
Right. Staying in the passenger seat with you, not directing. So, as your co host, this is the waiting on the internet montage. You hit check name servers, and we just watch it think. If it clears, awesome. If it stalls, we just hang out a minute. No drama.
Well, I think it may take it some time. So we're going to finish here. But the last step is actually pretty easy. Once that's done, we go back to Railway, and on that service that you...
The one you just deployed. Yeah. Then you add the custom domain there and confirm it's connected. Once DNS finishes cooking.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see the one that we just deployed is saepoxy.com. It doesn't look like it has redeployed. It says the last deployment was an hour ago. So
Let me take a look at what's going on there. That's still showing the old placeholder build. So we're waiting on Claude's push to GitHub main. Once that lands, Railway should pick it up and kick off a new deploy on its own. So not broken, just not updated yet.
well, let me make sure that the repo is, because it's saying it's reading the repo as public. So I want to make sure that I change the visibility on it to private. So I go to settings, and then I go down to the danger zone. Oh yeah, it is currently public. So we're going to change to private. I have red, make it private. Yep, now it says this repository is currently private. So I'm going to go back to Claude and say submit answer. I made the repo private. Please check before pushing.
Let me check on that for you.
I'm not asking you to check. I'm asking Claude to check.
Right, sorry, staying in lane. Good call though. The repo being private now keeps things tidy before the push. Once Claude confirms, Railway should still deploy as usual unless it suddenly needs reauth. And if it does, that's not a disaster, just a tiny gatekeeper moment.
So then what we're going to do here in Railway is click on settings, and then we're going to add a custom domain. The domain we're going to add is saepoxy.com, and we're going to select a port for that. Whatever port it gives you is fine. I'm going to click add domain, and then I can either do this manually, just add the name, the DNS names, but this is what I was talking about, that Cloudflare makes it easy to work with Railway, and I can just click connect. And the connect is going to ask me to authorize, and then I'm going to type in what it's telling me. It's going to say verify connection, and then that's it. That's going to wait for DNS update, and we're done.
Exactly, that's the finish line.
Look at that.
Yeah,
this is deployed on the old URL, but once the new URL picks up, then it should look really good.